Who should I watch? I don't know who to watch for this 2K stuff, bruh. I don't know none of these. I don't know none of these guys. I know Bash Plug, but I don't think that he goes to 2K. I don't think he gets invited. So, who? Joe Knows? I think I remember him from last year. I don't know, bruh. I'm better than all these people.
The new NBA 2K26
Double H. I mean, he got the most subscribers. Let's see what he talking about.
dribbling system, speed bursts, behind the backs, adrenaline, quick stops. I'll cover it all for all of you dribblers out there. We've also got the new rhythm shooting and no dip catch.
Gosh, that looks beautiful. Y'all see KD's shot? And I was a monster with KD last year. Don't make me. I'm usually a point guard, but do I gotta make a KD build? I mean, I'm gonna make multiple builds, but...
K26. While also going over the L2 cheats, jump shots, and how hard it actually is to shoot. So shooters, keep watching. We can't forget about the new dunk meter.
Y'all saw that Tracy McGrady shot? That looked right. That looked right. I like that. It's looking like tall point guards this year for all my point guards out there. I think we're gonna be some tall point guards this year. I'm saying 6'5", 6'6".
Mechanics, the old new slow down euros, layups, floaters. For all my slashers watching, I got y'all. We're gonna be going over passing and even the new green rebounding mechanic. Even the post scores will be getting covered in today's video with this standing dunk meter and the new post go-to shots. And let me tell you, these post scores might be more OP than ever. I'll cover all of...
Did y'all just see that? Was that a 3-point hook shot? That reminds me of all my old 2K players out there. What was that? 2K12 or 13, somewhere in that era, bruh. Somewhere in that area where you could do like a Euro step from the 3-point line. But yeah, that's what this reminds me of
defense from the paint all the way out to the perimeter. We'll even be talking about takeovers. Literally anything you can possibly think for gameplay for 2K26, we will cover. So
KD looks so smooth. I can't get over it. He's making me want to make a small forward, bro. I gotta be a point guard, but this shit looks so smooth. All right, let me not stop it for a sec. I'm sorry, y'all. This is my first real reaction. I've been seeing it, skimming through it on Twitter all day, but I just got back from vacation, so this is my first time really seeing everything up close.
Hit that subscribe button and let's get started right now. What is good, YouTube? It's your boy Henry, aka Double H, back at it with yet another banger. And I played NBA 2K26 early, and I'll be breaking down everything in different categories start the time the game releases. Let's start with the dribbling. Now I'm gonna let some clips play in the background while I talk about my honest opinion about the dribbling, and then we'll get into specifics. The dribbling is a lot faster. I mean, you guys can tell by just looking at the gameplay. Okay, the momentum's back. There's a bunch of old moves back. There's new moves. You can run out of moves.
Can we just give 2K a W for the lighting this year? Look at how nice this court looks, bruh. Look how nice this looks. Y'all talk a lot of bad about 2K's graphics, but like they made a jump, and it's hard to see the jump year by year, but this year I could really see the jump. It's really the lighting. I know it's the lighting, but it's the little stuff like that. Like this shit looks great.
Moves faster, you can cancel out of moves.
Oh my god, y'all saw that step? Ooh, that was nasty. Hold on, go back real quick.
Cancel out of moves.
Oh, that's nasty.
Overall, the dribbling feels smoother, it looks faster, and I feel like players are still going to be able to replicate their favorite NBA players, while also the players that like the old arcadey 2K fast speed gameplay type of movement.
I think they got Steph right. Y'all see Steph's dribbling? Hopefully they got a shot right this year. They can never really get Steph's shot right. It's always a little weird. I hope they got a shot right this year, though.
Are going to be able to do their thing as well, okay? I mean, y'all can see the clips. Like, you could spam moves, cancel out of moves, run out of moves faster. The dribbling is 100% better than 25. I mean, if you think 25's dribbling is better than this...
And 25's dribbling wasn't that bad. I think people say it was bad because they weren't letting you guys spam as much as you wanted to. It seems like people are more excited about spamming than actually just dribbling as a whole. Dribbling as a whole just looks a lot better. It just looks a lot smoother, but I don't know. I think a lot of people are just excited about being able to spam moves, but to each his own.
by just looking at it, then I don't know. You might be blind because it's clearly better. But anyways, let's get into some specifics. Bursting out of moves, okay? Even just doing a simple escape of the court right here with Curry, you see I'm running out of that much faster. De'Aaron Fox has a nice escape and cross launch. Look at his escape and cross launch is nice and fast. Trae Young running out an escape. There's his animation. He also has, look at two.
This game looks amazing. I need anybody who talks about 2K looking bad or looks the same every year, please shut up, because it looks great. I'm talking about from the animations, the movements, to the court, the lighting, everything. Just they took a jump this year, and I didn't think they were going to take a jump this year. I thought we were going to get a big jump on 27, honestly.
2K24, Jamal Murray behind the back on. I'm not sure what behind the back it is. Whatever Trae Young's behind the back is right here is literally the Jamal Murray behind the back from 2K24. But Jamal Murray his behind the back isn't good. Even Giannis, his cross launch is good. And when he just runs out of a standstill position, he runs out of it instead of having this like slow turtle animation.
So am I tripping, or is this the court? I mean, I hear what he's saying, but I'm just watching. This is my first time really seeing all this stuff, but it seems like they got the player size ratio to the court, I guess. Am I even saying that right? It looks a lot better. It doesn't look like so much open space. The players, like, just look how big Giannis looks in this. It's like he's taking up the perfect amount of space. It just looks more like an NBA, just more how it looks inside of a real NBA game. They look like they got the perfect balance this year. Just look at the spacing
that we had in 2K25. You see Ja Morant running right, then goes to escape, explodes out left, gets the easy dunk meter. I was even messing around with LeBron James. He has this nice like walk back, step back, and just messing around with LeBron. I mean, look at this, bro. You could snatch while running forward, and then you stop at a dime immediately. Look at.
Yeah, even looking right here, I think just the player size, they got it. Like, the player size just looks more true to how it looks in real life, of like an NBA player on a regular size court.
KD, he did the same thing where he kind of snatches when he's running forward, and then he can burst out of that to left or right. Once again, here's Ja Morant in the Learn 2K. You saw his escape running left and right in the play. Now, I was just testing the dribbling. So am I actually going to spam the left right with the stamina and adrenaline? No, and we're going to get into that later. I'm just trying to show y'all the actual gameplay. There's Trae Young's behind the back moving.
Even the point guards, like, yeah, seeing Steph and Trae Young, those are two smaller guys, especially Trae Young, but he still looks just more true to size than I feel like the last 2 years.
There's that 2K24 Jamal Murray behind the back right there. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, Kyrie has a similar behind the back that arguably creates more space. This one is in.
Oh my God, y'all gonna turn me to a one of y'all dribblers, bro. This shit just look too nice. It's gonna be hard to not spam stuff just because it looks nice.
Insane too. Very similar to that Jamal Murray behind the back in 2K24. Escapes and behind the backs, you can spam in 2K26. And what I mean is like literally spam them. In the past in 2K25, if you didn't escape, you had to wait for the whole escape to play out to do another one. And then you would have to like either left stick cancel it, or you would have to do a hezi and then do the escape again. In 2K26, you could just spam your right stick right and left without left stick canceling, without L2 canceling, without doing anything. Okay, you could just spam it right and left until your fingers fall off if you want to. Now, would I suggest doing this? No, because you're going to lose stamina super fast and you're going to lose adrenaline. Okay, but you can do it like once or twice, get open, you can go right, you can go left, hunt for your threes. Okay, you could do it with the Kemba escape, you could do it with any escape in the entire game. Same with behind the backs. Look at the Curry slide. You can Curry.
Yeah, that's what people are most excited about, this feature right here, just being able to go back and forth without any animation interruption, just being able to escape stuff, going back and forth just like this. That's what people seem like they're most excited about. People think that they're going to be able to spam it in a way that they're not going to be able to spam it, because like he said, the stamina is going to be affected. I think that's just going to be how they counter just people sitting up there dribbling and doing that, because yeah, nobody really wants to watch that, do they?
Slide back and forth as much as you want. Back to back to back to back to back to back. Now, are you going to lose stamina and adrenaline fast? Yes. And we're going to get into that because right now this is Learn 2K clips with no energy or fatigue on, okay? So yeah, you can see the Damian Lillard escape, we showed a bunch of random escapes in these clips that you could do. It doesn't matter what escape it is in the game. KD's, Jimmy Butler's, doesn't matter. Once again, you could just spam it back and forth. So this is escapes and behind the backs. At first, I was trying to left stick it, but I realized, yo, I don't even have to left stick cancel this. Like, I could literally just spam it back and forth. So you just hold the right trigger and right stick right to left for the escapes. And then if you want to do the behind the backs, is obviously diagonal down right, diagonal down left with the right trigger, just back to back to back. Adrenaline and stamina. So now you're going to see what these escapes and behind the backs look like when fatigue is on and you have stamina and adrenaline. Look at, I'm just spamming the correct escape. And yeah, you run out of energy and all of your adrenaline super fast. Look at KD.
Wow, you run out faster than I even thought you were going to run out. Yeah, they ain't going to let y'all spam it, boy.
Even with deep bomb or takeover, usually in takeover, you don't really lose stamina fast. No, as soon as you can see, if we slow it down, as soon as I started spamming those and canceling those escapes back and forth, I lost an adrenaline and I had probably like what 20% of my stamina left when I shot the ball. Now look, we got Stephen Curry escape into the Curry slide, and look at, I got no energy by the time I shoot the ball. You're gonna have to be smart with how you use your moves in 2K26 because look at this, it's slowed down.
Good, 2K, keep it like this because they're gonna cry about this. Everybody's excited about this spam stuff, but I don't think people are hearing or seeing this part where it's going to take away a significant amount of energy, and it's going to affect your shot. It's going to affect everything that you do, how it should be, because that's how basketball works. When you're doing dribbles like that, you're just spamming dribbles in real life, you're going to be tired after. So, yeah, people are going to complain about that, but I hope they keep it like that. They got to keep it like that somewhat at least.
70% of my stamina left here. I get up the court, I do an escape, I lose a little bit of a stamina. Then I do a Curry slide right after that. And now I have like 30% of my stamina bar left. I do another Curry slide. And now I'm blinking red with 2 adrenaline. So that's an escape in 2 Curry slides. And I am gasping for breath. Now here's Damian Lillard spamming the escape. He loses all of his adrenaline. You can't just spam this move and not be punished. So I'm sure a lot of y'all that were watching the Learn 2K clips, you're like, oh, this is gonna be OP, this is gonna be cheesy. But like in reality, no, you're gonna be dead tired if you just spam that. Here's Trey Young spamming it. Right there, I actually didn't lose an adrenaline somehow, but I'm blinking red, so it doesn't even matter. The momentum is back in NBA 2K26. You can see in Learn 2K, Shea spamming the momentum back and forth. Now, if y'all want to know how to do the momentum in NBA 2K26, this is gonna be how you're gonna want to do it. So without turbo, so without the right trigger, flick up on the right stick, then move your left stick towards the opposite ball hand and hold turbo. So after you flick up on the right stick, you want to move your left stick towards that opposite ball hand super fast. Like you want to do this all-in-one motion basically. If you were able to momentum in the past, you're gonna get this down pretty easily. An all behind the back mechanic returning. So you guys know in 2K25, to get that aggressive behind the back while you're standing still, like out of standing still, you gotta like double tap the right stick down diagonal. Now it's like 2K21 where you can kind of just run and flick the right stick diagonal down where you want to go. So all you have to do is just run and flick it down diagonal where you want to go, all in one motion, and you can get these.
Good, that's how it should always be. Yeah, flicking back should always be a behind the back in 2K.
Behind the backs, out of standstills. That mechanic is back from 2K20.
Wimby looks ridiculous. Oh my god. Y'all just see that?
21. Not only that, there's a lot of good there's a couple good downhill behind the backs. One of them being Scottie Pippen. We're gonna talk about that more later in the video, but there's what his behind the back looks like right there. The nutmeg is of course in 2K26. Now you have to do it a little differently this year. So last year you had to hold the right trigger while running forward, and you had to flick the right stick down diagonal and then flick up like in a super fast motion. Now instead of flicking up after flicking diagonally down left or right, you have to flick diagonally up, opposite of wherever you went left or right. So if you went diagonal down left, you have to flick it diagonally up right. That's just a minor change on how to do the nutmeg, but it is back in 2K26. There is still hezi canceling in 2K26. Now obviously you don't need to cancel out of those escapes or behind the backs of the hezi anymore, or double right stick down diagonally left, or double right stick down diagonally right with the behind the back. But for step backs like this, if you wanted to spam them back to back, you can still do the hezi right after the behind the back and then do it again. Now obviously Tracy McGrady's hezi is kind of ass, so it's a little drawn out, but you get the point. Quick stopping for NBA 2K26. Now I was talking to some people at community day, and I was trying to some other guards, and they said they couldn't find a way to quick peek like you could in 2K22 or like a 2K20 quick stop. Y'all all know in 2K25 we would flick to the right or left with the right stick, or just let go of everything, and that's what I was doing at 2K26 community. I was just flicking the right stick to the right or left. I mean, some of y'all probably won't even call that a quick stop, but this is just the best way to set your feet that I'm aware of as of now. Maybe I didn't talk to somebody that found something, or maybe we just all didn't have enough time to find the best way to set your feet and shoot. But as of right now, the best way for me was to just flick the right stick to the right or left after letting go of the left stick and shooting. Now, I am going to be talking about more about shooting, a lot of shooting later in this video. Once again, a lot of my clips that I show, I'll just randomly look at the settings to prove that it is on Hall of Fame. All this gameplay is on Hall of Fame. I know some creators be going to the community day, putting that shit on rookie, and then uploading it, acting like they're showing some gameplay. But if you're not playing on Superstar or Hall of Fame, then what are you really showing? Anyways, yeah, that's unfortunately the best way to set your feet right now. I wish there was a better, faster way. Now, I put this under dribbling because a lot of us didn't use these for jump shots because they don't work on real people with brains. We use Kevin Durant and Jalen Suggs most of the time for dribbling out of them and using them to run out of moves faster, or just run faster, like the KD or the Jalen Suggs, like I said, which are both back. It seemed like most players, if not all players, have the same go-to shot they had in 2K25. I know some people wanted some NBA players to have a different go-to, or thought they deserved a different go-to. Well, I don't think you're getting that unless, you know, I didn't test everyone's go-to shot, of course, but the ones that I did test, it seemed like they were the same ones from 2K25. Ankle breakers, they were terrible in 2K25. I think they're terrible in 2K26 too. Now, to be fair, I did.
All right, we've seen enough about dribbling. I think I get it. Let's see. I want to see about shooting.
Finally done with dribbling. Let's move on to shooting, because there's also a lot to cover in shooting. Now, let's just take a look at Curry really quick. One of the players that I'll be showing at his attributes, because we were using him a lot, he has a 99.3. None of the NBA players had legend badges, so keep that in mind when watching the gameplay. But there goes Curry's stats and badges. Now, these stats weren't final, but let's start with rhythm shooting, okay? Rhythm shooting is a little different than 2K26. So rhythm shooting does not have a green bonus over shooting with the button, but with rhythm shooting, there's two timings. There's tempo timing and there is push timing. You are seeing in the bottom, there is sometimes where I am not greening the push timing and I'm greening the tempo timing, but I am still greening it on Hall of Fame difficulty, because all you have to do is green the tempo timing, which is just the speed of you going down and up on the stick, matching the player's shot speed, okay? That is the only thing that you have to time to green and make a shot with rhythm shooting. So I guess technically there is an advantage with rhythm shooting because you have two different things to time.
Yes, there is an advantage, and I'm going to take advantage this year. I think I'm saying it right here, y'all. I'm going to try to rhythm shoot this year, because it seems like they're just pushing us towards that. So might as well try to get used to it now. And it looks like it's not that bad, having to not worry about as much timing. Like, worrying about three things last year, every shot was a lot for me. I think that's what, and also every time I tried to do it, it didn't always register. That was also a big problem. Like, if you guys want this new feature in the game, you got to make sure it registers every time we do it. I got a brother who rhythm shoot. He rhythm shot last year, and it would be a lot of times where he's doing the motion, the up and down or down and up motion, whatever it is, and it just doesn't register as a rhythm shot, just as a regular shot. So hopefully that's not a thing this year.
But this is the thing, you're probably thinking, oh, I just have to green the tempo or the push. No, if you green the push timing and not the tempo timing, it doesn't go in. So I don't know if it's really an advantage. I think it really just depends on what you're better at timing. If you're better with the button, use the button, but if you're better timing the tempo, then time the tempo. Now, before I talk about a couple other advantages with rhythm shooting, right here, I have a wide open catch and shoot with Damian Lillard, and you see I greened the push. There's an example, and I didn't green the tempo, and it doesn't go in. So yeah, if you green the tempo, you make it. But if you green the push like I just did again right there, and you don't green the tempo, you do not make the shot. Now, you can also make your shots faster with rhythm shooting if you shoot your tempo faster. That is kind of confusing though. The best way for me to explain it is the faster you let go of the right stick after pushing it down, the faster your jump shot will be. And then it starts timing your tempo timing once you release it from holding down on the right stick to going back up. Now, this doesn't mean you can't go crazy.
That's a lot.
With the button. This is a random shot from All-Star Team Up. I mean, people are greening reds in the corner with the button. And that brings us to the perfect time to talk about rhythm turbo fades. Now let's take a look at this first clip where I let go of the right stick to the top to the bottom a little faster than normal, and he kind of chucks it up because he releases it faster. Okay, but that was his turbo fade animation. If you guys remember in 2K25, and there's a pull-up version of it in 2K25, depending on if you had your right trigger held or not, you got a slow fade or a turbo fade while rhythm shooting. Okay, now in 2K26 there's no slow fades if you want to rhythm a fade. It is just the turbo fade animation as long as you are pointing your left stick to the right or left. Now sometimes you will get a pull-up jump shot, like kind of like a front fade almost, if you are not pointing your left stick in the right direction. But as long as you are pointing it to the left or right and you want to rhythm fade it, you have to put the right stick up down still. You're going to get that turbo fade animation. Right there you see I wasn't pointing my left stick in the right direction, so I got the pull-up jump shot just like this one right here with BAM. Also, the pull-up jump shots are better with rhythm. You don't get those slow bad animations. Now you're just guaranteed the turbo fade animation every time, or the decently good pull-up animation. Back fades. Now shout out to Laker for providing this gameplay to me, and shout out to King Dooms. He was using Shea in this gameplay, and he told me after testing back fades in All-Star Team Up that back fades feel smoother than regular jump shots. So that gets me excited because I like back fading, especially on twos. I like doing that, and so does my teammate. So I don't know, I didn't personally test the back fades, but my boy Dooms said it felt really good, and he was going crazy with the back fades. Like, look at this. Shay's just going crazy out there in the All-Star Team Up. No dip catch and shoots. If you guys didn't know, there's a new mechanic where if you hold L2 when you catch the ball, you can get your jump shot off faster. Now, yes, in previous 2Ks, if you hold L2, you get a better catch. This is a better catch, and you get your jump shot off faster. So this is Curry, what Curry looks like on a regular button shot, and then this is Curry when he does the no dip. You can clearly see he is not dipping the ball when he catches it, and he is shooting it immediately, making it harder for the defense to read and react. Now here's what Kristaps Porzingis looks on a regular jump shot in the corner. It's slow, doesn't look too good, right? Now here's a no dip, L2, shoot it immediately, clearly a difference. This is a must.
I don't think people are even gonna shoot regular shots. I think everybody's just gonna master the quick shooting, like off the rip. I don't know, if it's gonna be like that, then there ain't gonna be no point of ever shooting like a regular tempo jump shot. Might as well just master the quick shooting. Maybe it's more difficult than I'm thinking.
If you are a spot-up shooter, or you control your whole team like in my team or Play Now. I even went to go look at Porzingis' 3, and as bad as he doesn't even have corner specialists or anything, but yeah, he shot that thing immediately. Here's Wemby, a 7'4" player with the no dip, shooting over those. Okay, Jalen Williams, super fast catch and shoot. Now I will say you can do the no dip with button or rhythm shooting, it doesn't matter. Paul George had a good no dip shot. Now depending on the jump shot, you can get faster no dips or slower ones. So look at DeJounte Murray, that's a heavy, he just shoots it immediately. There were some players that had bad no dip catch and shoots, like Jonathan Isaacs was terrible. It was slow. Now I tried to get one off the dribble, but it doesn't work. You have to have your feet set. Okay, don't believe me, the next possession with the same player, Keontae George, I have my feet set and I shoot it immediately. It is clearly visibly a lot faster. You can also contest these no dips, of course. It's not like they're unstoppable. If you're there, you're there. Cam Thomas's no dip catch and shoot was one of the best. I mean, we all know Cam Thomas base is good, but look at how fast he was getting that no dip off. I thought that Stephen Curry's was the fastest though. I thought Patty Mills and Cam Thomas's were pretty good as well. Shooting over people. Yeah, in 2K26, height is a huge factor. I'm talking shooting, finishing, everything. Now look at Kevin Durant. I pull up right in Cooper Flag's face, open, greening it with the button. Now I went to go look at Cooper Flag's stats. I mean, dude, this guy is tall and he has an 84 perimeter defense. Now, yeah, KD is 6'11 with a 99 midi in Hall of Fame. Did I? So that probably has something to do with it. We were not going to get that on a my player, obviously. But Kevin Durant being as tall as he was, I could definitely feel an advantage shooting over people. And it wasn't just Kevin Durant. There were some jump shots It wasn't just height. There were some jump shots where I was like, oh my God, Trae Young's base? I don't know what was going on with Trae Young's base, but I was greening a lot of contestants with Trae Young. 40s. I greened like 3 40s with Trae Young on Hall of Fame difficulty. I don't know what's going on with his base, but he's making contested shots. You know, even Chet Holmgren, look at over Tyrese Maxey's a little small guard. That's open. Dexing, we all know about the L2 cheese. Now, when you dex with the right trigger, it's still the same animation. Now, fatigue was off in Learn 2K, so I don't have visual proof of this. But for the people that were testing triple threat and all that stuff, when they were tapping R2 to dex like you would around the 2's core or the 3's to L2, you would lose a stamina off one R2 dex. So you want to backdoor with the right trigger dex, you're gonna lose it. You're gonna lose an adrenaline. You want to run right and then right trigger back to the left, you're losing an adrenaline guaranteed. So if you're going to dex even once, you better get open because you're be easy, right? Dude, on Hall of Fame, I was just testing out shooting with rhythm from super deep. Now, for whatever reason, it Learn 2K was really hard to shoot, but obviously this with the right trigger dex, you're gonna lose it. You're gonna lose an adrenaline. You want to run right and then right trigger back to the left times. So it wasn't impossible to shoot from out there with Hall of Fame limitless range. Unfortunately, we didn't get to test Legend limitless range. I would have liked to test that and see how that was working out there, but I did green twice out of, you know, several tries out from there. But now you're probably asking, how hard is shooting? There's a pure green window, guys. It's got to be easy, right? Dude, on Hall of Fame, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was Learn 2K. I mean, you guys saw me shooting pretty well in play now. You have to be locked in. I don't know if you noticed in the feedback, it's only going to show late, early, or green. So in my head, I'm like, dude, am I timing it this far off? Because it's like late, early. I'm used to like slightly early, slightly late sometimes. But you got to be locked in. I was on push timing. If you're not paying attention, locked in on Hall of Fame, you're going to struggle to shoot. Dude, this is Curry with a 99.3. I felt that shooting middies, even though Curry's mid-range was, well, actually no, Curry had a 99 midi and a 99.3, so his rating's the same, but shooting the midi was just like a lot easier. And obviously I know shooting a mid-range should be easier than shooting a 3, but it felt a lot easier to shoot a midi than a 3. You can ask other creators that were there. I know you guys are probably thinking, dude, you're in the Learn 2K with no one guarding you. Dude, I'm telling you, it was actually tough to shoot in this Learn 2K on Hall of Fame. I don't know if it's going to be like that in other Hall of Fame difficulty modes on the actual game, but I mean, I wasn't shooting too bad in play now, so I'm not really worried about it. But you're not going to come out here just because there's a pure green window and no RNG shooting crazy good. Like, it is not easy to shoot on 2K26, I would say. 2 random little things. I'll show the shot meter really quick. I don't use the meter, so this is the only clip you're going to see of it, which was the first clip I had in community day because I took it off immediately after this. So there's what the meter looks like for the people that are interested. And here is the little screen splash thing under your player. This was in 2K20. Yes, it is back. That's what it looks like in game. Patty Mills jump shot and other jump shots. Patty Mills was Patty Mills. Now, obviously, Patty Mills, like, dribble animations suck, and his releases are not very good. But when you put your custom releases on after unlocking Patty Mills, which is probably locked, it's going to be a good jump shot. It's Patty was padding, if that's what you're asking, okay? T-Mac now, T-Mac's jump shot on his actual player is, like, way slower. If you have a custom jump shot creator, it's going to be faster. T-Mac's jump shot was looking like the same. I don't know. It felt a lot slower because it's on T-Mac and his jump shot release is slow. LaMelo Ball base was terrible. I don't know if the releases just suck. I hated this jump shot. This was very hard to time. One person that actually liked their jump shot was the rookie on the Hornets, Knipple. I really like his jump shot. And also his no dip catch and shoot was pretty good too. Michael Porter Jr. also had a good jump shot. I felt like I was shooting a lot better than him with the other players in Learn 2K on Hall of Fame. Jonathan Isaac was a jump shot I used on my 7-foot centers, and this was terrible. I mean, I could not time his shots. It was really bad. He also has a terrible no dip catch and shoot. You can't even tell the difference. That's how slow his no dip catch and shoot. It's so bad. And then here's Cooper Flagg's jump shot for anyone wondering. Anthony's jump shot was pretty clean. I'm not gonna lie. He also had a good no dip catch and shoot. Also, Cam Thomas's base is probably the base I'm gonna start 2K26 with. I like that a lot. And like I said earlier, Curry with the no dip was really good. I might use that too. And Trae Young's base was like weirdly good. I was greening a lot of contestants with it. Free throws. Now, free throws are green or miss or on higher difficulties. I was on Hall of Fame, so it was green or miss. This is what the free throw looks like. I had the funnel meter on. If you guys are interested in using the meter, was my favorite meter in 2K24. You saw I purposely missed with Ja, doesn't go in. I barely missed the green with Giannis.
All right, let's see the post stuff.
Post scoring. Wow, do we have an interesting segment, because this is crazy. Post fade seems pretty crazy. I mean, not crazy, but just like normal. I was rhythm shooting it. Last second, Julius Randle button shot. 9% with the shot clock going down. I didn't even intend on shooting a post fade with Julius Randle. It's just the only thing I had. Little rhythm shots. All I did was just hold up on the right trigger or hold the right trigger, hold up on the right stick, and I would get a lot of those animations that a lot of players had equipped, like Jokic had equipped with the little shimmy fade. You can still spin people, throw them to the floor. I just did it with Booker. You can spam the post spin. You can like speed boost out of it like post scorers do. Drop step, standing dunk, and one on Booker. He is a smaller defender. Mark Williams guarding me. You can still like spam the post, like change position thing with the right trigger. You still spam that post spin. I throw him off me with no takeover. Once again, I'm just not used to the standing dunk meter being just down, so I mistimed that. And then I started getting double teamed already, so okay. Spin Mark Williams off me again, wide open standing dunk. So yeah, you can still spin and drop step people to the floor with no takeover. Their hooks, I don't know. I don't know if I really couldn't tell you if they were good or not, but we were grinning some post hop shots with Jokic that were yellows on Hall of Fame. You know, Michael, like I said, Jokic had that little post fade. If you hold the right trigger and hold up on the right stick, you get this little shimmy post fade that a lot of players had equipped. LeBron had the same one. MJ had the same one. I think Carmelo had this same one as well. You saw Jokic had the same one. Kobe had the same one. And if you do it closer to the paint, you get this hook, and most people had the same hook on as well. Post go-to shots, though. Wow. So they added post go-tos, just like the little go-to shots. Now, depending on if the ball's in your left or right hand, so if you're facing up or posting up, you get a different post go-to. So these were KD's go-tos. All you have to do is, without holding the right trigger and holding the left trigger, so you're posting up or just face up, you hold the right stick up. That's how you activate the go-tos, the post go-tos. So these were KD's post go-tos. By the way, shout out to Joey 2K for getting some post go-to gameplay for me. Carmelo Anthony's little spin hook right there. Okay, Carmelo. Now there is some post go-tos that are going to be very OP, I think, and could be a very big problem in 2K26. I'm going to be honest. Here is Dirk's post go-to. Now, did everyone test everyone's post go-to? No, there's probably even some good ones that we didn't see, but I think we found the most OP one, to say the least. But let's go ahead, keep showing off Dirk's. Definitely gonna be a good one if you have a post fade phenom high. Hakeem's was really satisfying. He's got the little dream shake. That's pretty cool. Like, I don't really care for post scoring, but that is kind of cool with the little dream shake. I feel like they had the dream shake in 17, but this is it right here. Yao Ming can post go-to and post hook from the 3-point line. Yeah, and it counts as a 3. This is insane. I'm already knowing 7-4 post scores are going to be chucking this from the 3-point line with a post hook. How?
That's crazy, because I know I talked about it earlier already, but what is the reasoning behind this actually? They want people doing this? I don't got a problem with it. I'm going to figure it out on my big man build, but that's just kind of crazy. And why would Yao Ming at everybody?
How good are these going to be in the park? I don't know. The hook shot animation looks...
Somebody going to figure it out on the park. It's not going to take people too long.
Hard to contest anyways. I mean, and this is your post hook rating, by the way. It's going off your post hook rating. So when I post hook from the 3 with Yao, this is going off my post hook rating. So you can have a...
So it's not even going off the 3-point rating. You get a good time post hook from that deep. It doesn't even matter if you're mid range or at 3. It's going off your post hook rating only. That's crazy.
25-3 probably, and still get this green window right here. We got to test this in game for sure, but this there is a potential red flag. Okay, I'm not saying remove it right now, you know what I'm saying? Obviously we got to test the game first. It is a very funny animation. I don't know how it's possible to do that from the 3. Keep an eye out for that for sure. Finally, we are at defense. Okay, now to start defense, I'm just gonna show one of the defenders' stats. We have Amen Thompson out there. We're going to be showing bumps, lanes, pluck steals, blitz steals, contests from the perimeter and interior. Ben Thompson has some great defensive stats. He is also an 88 overall. And we're going to start with lanes, okay? Lanes are very good in NBA 2K26. I was playing a lot of play now, so I didn't really get to test lanes too much. But the people that were playing online, and when I played online, lanes are good, okay? But let's get into bumps first before I show the lanes gameplay. Patty Mills, I'm just bumping up the court. Mike Wang said that, and here's a Ben Thompson. Mike Wang said that they have a lot more like player connection type of thing. Like it can get a lot more physical in terms of bumps, so you kind of attach onto players more. So that's why you're seeing these bump animations. So I can't even imagine when you actually make a lockdown as a player and you have a super high prim with maybe even legend on ball.
Yeah, that's what I want to see, that defense, boy.
Menace, because once again, none of these players had legend on ball menace or anything like that. Right here, I actually get a blocking foul animation though with Steph Curry. This was, I think this happened twice, so this wasn't like super often, but it is possible. Lane steals. Okay, so we're into lane steals. You guys remember how lane steals were really good in the beginning of 2K25, like patch 1, then they had to nerf them. I wouldn't say they're as crazy as patch 1 2K25, but they're good. They're definitely good. I like where they're at. I feel like lane steals take skill time, especially with the game speed being 10% higher. It's giving you less time to read and react, creating a bigger skill gap because your reaction to these passes have to be faster than they were last year. Okay, so this is a lot of 5v5 gameplay in the all-star team up, my team thing. Shout out to everyone that gave me their gameplay. Shout out to Laker fan and Dooms that were playing in these games. Laker fan was on Wilt and Dooms was on Shea. Yeah, definitely lane steals being good. Well, I mean, we'll have to see how they are online when everyone gets their badges and stuff and we have lockdown builds actually out there. Continuing on with steals, we have pluck steals. So pluck steals are really just where you tap a button and just get this pluck animation. This was more like a loose ball from the AI, and I liked how the player that dropped the ball got in this animation so the defender could pick it up, because it was kind of annoying in past 2Ks where the defender or the guy that loses the ball just is the first one to pick it up. But something I will say is pluck steals are like a lot more rare than other 2Ks. Okay, I got a couple pluck steals, but
well, you're not even reaching at the right time, bro. What is he reaching at? What the hell?
It was rare. Okay, most of the time, the first time you click X to steal the ball, it is a foul like 95% of the time. You either get a foul or you get the ball. And 95% of the time, it is a foul. So you can't just be reaching in 2K.
Well, yeah, that's how it should be. It just don't look like he going for, whoever this is playing, don't look like they're going for good steal attempts.
26. You have to be smart of when you click X. So people that are just...
Okay, that one's tough. That one seemed like it should have been a steal.
Spamming X, you are about to foul out of every game if you do that in 2K26. Blitz steals. If you don't know what blitz steals are, it's when you blitz the ball hand. Maybe you get the shoulder into them and you get the ball. Blitz steals, obviously, are in 26 still. That's a good thing. This is going to be the best way for lockdowns to get steals because plucks are a lot more rare, and if you do miss the blitz, you are going to look very stupid because you get stuck in an animation. And even sometimes when you feel like you're on the edge of the blitz, sometimes if you reach too early, you get this really slow animation and you end up fouling. Perimeter defense. We're going to be showing contests on perimeter defense, a bunch of different clips, and then you guys can give me your opinions on whether you think some of these should have been contested or not, open or not, or whatever. I'm going to be showing clips of me contesting the AI and then the AI contesting me. Keep in mind, I am on Hall of Fame, so sometimes when the AI makes a contested shot on me, it's just because it's on Hall of Fame. Okay, now the good thing is that the percent contests are back, so it's not just gonna say tight and that's it. It's gonna actually give you a percent coverage on it. Another thing to keep in mind is what players are contesting. So Drew Holiday contesting a shot compared to like Donovan Clean right there. You see the percent right there. I went to go see what Donovan Clean's perimeter D was. He has like a 50 perimeter defense and he has 7'2". Yeah, Damian Lillard was making some crazy stuff, but once again, it's Hall of Fame, so don't pay attention to whether the shot goes in or not. Just look at the contest. So right there, that was an open. KD with deep bomber. I ended up just going up for a mid-range and just shooting right in his grill just to see what percent I could get. He gets a hand up in the last second, 30 something percent. D'Lo with the ball. He ends up getting swatted right here. I don't think I've ever seen that animation. Kyrie Irving, little front fade. The Pro 2 fades are back, by the way. So for all my Pro M guards that are midi diving all year long, you're going to be doing that again for 26, okay? Cade Cunningham, contested shot right there. And
AI moving like that. AI moving smooth. Y'all saw that?
ends up getting off balance.
Oh, like a real person, I'm not gonna lie.
Right here, I don't know how I got an open. I feel like that should have been wide open. I wasn't even close. Maybe it's because Drew Holiday just has a super high prim. But Jeremy Sohan is a slow jumper, 62% in the corner. 7'4" player getting jumped at. What was that, like a 10%? That's pretty crazy. Then on the other end, Devin Booker's, that's an open with Wemby jumping at him. I guess a little too late. Brennan Ingram falls over. Yes, you're going to keep falling over if you shoot a crazy shot. Tyrese Maxey makes like a 68% on me. Now, it is on Hall of Fame, so is a real person.
All right, think I've seen enough, y'all. I'm excited. Game looks good, looks better than last year. Looks better than it's ever had, bro. I'm telling you, these graphics look a lot better. Y'all be sleeping on 2K's graphics. Graphics look better, gameplay looks smooth. Honestly, I'm just ready to get my hands on the game. I just copped it not too long ago. So yeah, it's looking like a point guard for me. I'm gonna start off with a 6'5" or 6'6" point guard. See how I like it. Gonna try to make one build. I don't be trying to make the multiple builds unless I want to do it. I don't like messing up my first build. So like whatever I do as my first build, I'm kind of just gonna be rocking with it, kind of like last year. Then I'll probably make a big, and then I'll probably make like a big small forward or something like a KD. But I'm not trying to make 2 point guards. So my first build got to be it. So I'm gonna be doing a lot of research. Ready for next week, man. I'm ready for next week. 1 week today, y'all. 2K26.